Hey guys, Electric DJ 45 here. Happy Tuesday, July 23rd. Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday morning. Right now, it's kind of like 8 o'clock in the morning right now, so check out what's new in the marketplace today. If you guys are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I promise you that I will not be like a certain YouTuber who likes to claim that they are dying of cancer. So I promise I won't do that. So let's get into this. Let's get into the marketplace today. Um, let's get going on this. So R4C Glacier has gone up quite a lot. We saw it push. Uh, I think last week it was always at like 70,000. It kept kind of like just kind of averaging out at that price point. But then it today it's increased by at least a couple thousand. So it's kind of pushed to 75,000, which I think is it's kind of a milestone number, considering that we're at a point where prices are kind of increasing, and I've not seen it at 75,000. Maybe I have in the past, but not as of recently. So keep that in mind of I guess prices going forward. We got the MP5 Glacier, 47,000 and 46,000. Okay, different from yesterday. And of course, on the left, this list is yesterday's prices if you did not know. AK-12 Glacier, 39,000. We got the F16C Carbine Glacier, 35,000. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention in the beginning, but I will be talking about Rainbow Six Siege 2 or Siege 2 and my thoughts on it. Um, Again, this is unofficial news. This is more just kind of speculation and my opinion on like sequels to games, especially multiplayer games. Uh, Definitely, I'll talk about that in just a few minutes. I just want to compare prices. But we got the SMG 11 here, 40,000, not too bad. But definitely the last sold at was kind of low. So that's interesting. Curious to see what happens with that. That stayed the same. This has looked stayed the same. This weapon skin right here, the Commando, is trying to push that 30,000 mark, but last sold at was 20,000. Definitely, if everyone puts down like 30,000, they'd be I think they'd be getting a lot right now. Or maybe not. I don't know. We get the UMP 45. Uh, yeah, 20,000, 21,000. It's not too bad. 20,000, 19,000. AR 33, 9 millimeter, AK 12, Frostpoint. Okay, P12. Yeah, it looks like we're kind of getting into kind of the same price points, it looks like. These are kind of what I've been seeing the past, I think, week, honestly. But it's been kind of averaging out. Some days it's higher than this number, some days it's lower than this number. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's also not a good thing. But yeah, so let's just get on to the second page. Let me get a sip of my water. Nice. All right. Skull Rain, AK-12. Yeah. So there has been some. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of old news, I think. This was news really last week, and I didn't really get to it because it was unofficial, and I figured that I think you guys would want to hear official news, but I figured I might as well just talk about it because it's kind of stale in Siege right now. Not really a lot is happening as much as I think we want it to be, considering that Siege is kind of a weird state of just nothing is happening, and I think we kind of want things to happen, especially with cheaters in the game. Uh, that's just kind of gone out of control at this point. Um, and I kind of have no interest in playing ranked anymore because of that. Um, but I've just that's all I hear these days is just about how bad Siege is and like the servers and the hackers and stuff. And yet I'm hearing about Siege 2. When really Ubisoft should be focusing on their first game, I'm hearing a lot about Siege 2. And now, if you don't know the news or article, whatever, it's been apparent that this quote unquote dev who works with Ubisoft came out saying that basically leaked development of Siege 2, which is I think kind of interesting. Um, you know, you could believe that person or you cannot believe that person. I don't really think it's I don't really think it's real, but in case of like this is just kind of like if there is a Siege 2, you might, this person might be legit. I could be very wrong on this. Definitely, come back to this video in the future. But anyways, um I think my deal with having a Siege 2, when I think about Siege 2, I think about Overwatch. I'm not really, I used to be a big fan of Overwatch. I don't really play much of it today. Um, but basically, if I wanted a Siege 2, I wanted things to be, I want things to be kind of the same but different. I want new stuff. I want new maps, new graphics, overhaul. I mean, that's basically kind of like what Overwatch 2 was. They just kind of, it's Overwatch 1, but they've just like slapped a new sticker on it and they added new stuff to it. And, it's okay. And uh, there's debate about whether like the graphics is better on Overwatch 2 or not. And basically, if there were to be a Siege 2, that's what I would want from it is like a better graphics, more stuff. Um, I want all the operators to return. I don't want it to be like, oh, you know, a dozen operators from both attack and defense. No, I want them all in it. They should be all in it. Um, you know, a story mode question mark? I don't know. It's just kind of I don't think there's my point is that there's not really a lot to do going forward with the Siege 2 in my opinion unless they were to really just reinvent the wheel here. Because again, when I think about Siege 2, I think about an Overwatch 2. And it's just kind of like I think it's just kind of what's the point? You know, if this makes any kind of sense to you guys. Um I can see what I can sell today. Not really a lot I can sell. Still all my items up here, which is nice that I bought. My new items, I mean, that I bought are up here. This is the article in question. Basically, I kind of read, I read this. I've not really read anything else, so um, I don't know what the current updates are. But I mean, some points to consider is that like they just released um not only marketplace but also membership. Unless they just kind of want to throw that away, which is it wouldn't be surprising because we're talking about Ubisoft of all companies. But yeah, like this is kind of in question of this dev person that they proclaim about, and I think this guy's also a this is the creator director for Rainbow Six Siege, and he's kind of questioning it. And this could also be like a stance of deny. Um, this is like kind of like what Marvel actors do. They just kind of they either don't say anything or they deny, and then something usually does happen, and then they're like, "Oh wait, they were lying this entire time." Right. I think we're all familiar with that stance or that tactic. So it's pretty questionable. Um, but I mean, like, you know, if there were to be a Siege 2, it would have to be, you know, I would want it to be completely different. But I think we all know that it'd be the same game with a slightly improved textures and graphics, and maybe like two new operators. Um, Whether they're gonna input a story mode or not, I don't think anyone would care. Unless it's groundbreaking and it's really cool and it's really interesting. Maybe I would care. New items. Um, you know, but really, like, I don't know what else they could touch upon or improve. Again, I think, and I could be very wrong on this, and you guys could fight me on the comments below. And honestly, go ahead. Because I this is just very opinionated based. Um, and I'm probably completely wrong on this. This is not my jurisdiction, but when I think about Siege 2, I think about Overwatch 2. And look how far that kind of went. I mean, it's still going, and they've done a lot of collabs, which is cool. But yeah, I just can't really see it. But who knows? I mean, we're kind of at a day and age where it's all about franchises, and that's all that studios want to release, both films, TV shows, and video games. They just want to release the same franchise stuff over and over again because that makes a profit. And considering that Sieg's Extraction, they just kind of threw that out there, and it was terrible. Um, I could totally see them doing a Siege 2. Um, I see them probably not including all of the operators, just a handful of operators, and just kind of takes you back to kind of OG Siege. But I think a lot of people would be maybe a little bit upset with that. I think I would be, but I think Siege is. I feel like if Siege, if Ubisoft helped, and they just they get rid of all the cheaters, improve the servers, add new maps, add new stuff, content. Yeah, I think Siege would be in a pretty good state, and I do think Siege is in a good state. It's just that the cheaters, Rain 2.0, just a lot of issues that they kind of you know they made themselves, or they put them into this predicament. They just need to fix that, and maybe they are right now, but or maybe they're not, but they're taking a long time, and it is kind of frustrating. But yeah, I don't know. Those are my thoughts about Siege 2. Let me know of your thoughts in the comments below, whether you think this is happening or not, if this is legit or not, what Siege 2 would look like. I'd love to hear your opinions below. Um, I don't really, I mean, it's possible, but I don't really think this is real, but it's very likely that this could happen. And I don't think this would be the bare minimum that Ubisoft would do. Um, or what I mean by that is that if they were to make the game, it'd be very bare minimum, and it'd be $70 bare minimum, just like 2 dozen operators, both for um, 1 dozen for defense, 1 dozen for offense, and it'll include some half-ass story mode. Sorry for cussing, and yeah, it'd be pretty lame. But regardless, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next video, check out this article right here. It kind of talks a little bit about it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.